Good morning, brothers and sisters. Welcome to our New Jersey's Cheon 1 prayer vigil. My name's Jeanette, and I will be your MC for the next 8 days. So thank you for having me. We will begin by greeting our heavenly parents and true parents. Chanjim, Champumuke, Kyombe, Mbaro. We will now recite the family pledge, first in Korean. I'll be inviting my sister Yumin.
가정맹세 1. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상천국과 천상천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Now in English. 1. Our family, the owner of Cheongguk, pledged to seek our original homeland and build the kingdom of God on earth and in heaven, the original ideal of creation, by centering on true love. Thank you. And to open us up in prayer, can I please invite Miss Anne-Marie Myler for an opening prayer? Thank you.
Dear beloved Heavenly Parent, thank you very much, Heavenly Parent, to allow us to be alive in front of a new day. We want this day to be good. We want it to be good for you. We want it to be good for our true mother. We want it to be good for all brothers and sisters throughout the whole world. We are grateful that we can be gathering together, reading and studying the words of our true Father and our true Mother. We want to be able to know you well. We want to be able to understand them well, because only by doing so, we will be able to be effective in the respective mission and responsibility that we do have. Heavenly Parent, we pray for all brothers and sisters throughout the whole world who do not have as much opportunity as we do here in this country of North America, or in some even other countries, that they will always feel your presence nearby and be capable of receiving your guidance and the support of our true parents, so that their mission will also be successful. We want to be victorious, Heavenly Parent, at this time. It is time for us to win humanity back over to you. It is time. Heavenly Parent, we want to do our very best every single day, and we hope and pray that we can feel your presence and understand your guidance and do what you expect of us. Be efficient in what we do and be successful, victorious, not for our own glory, but for yours, for the glory of true parents, and for the glory of all humanity. Humbly, with gratitude, we all pray together, and I pray in the name of Kem and Anne-Marie Myler, blessed Central Family. Adieu.
Adieu. Thank you, Miss Anne-Marie, for that beautiful prayer. We will now begin with our light stretches. So you can just shake out your body, your muscles, loosen up, wake up for the morning. All right. We're going to reach out to the sky. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to reach forward. 5, 4, 2, 1. And we're going to pull your left hand back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Now we're doing shoulder rotations, going forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. We cross our arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. 5, 4, 3, 1. We'll do rotations on one side. 5, 4, 1. Other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. And then I'll give you the next 10 seconds to stretch whatever body part you like. All right. Go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Hopefully everyone's wide awake to now join into our breakout rooms and share our appreciations and gratitudes for today. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. I had an amazing breakout room with Prosper and Charlotte Kaluba, but it's funny because they were in two different breakout rooms. So today I'm going to ask Mr. Prosper Kaluba if he can share his appreciation and gratitude for today.
Yeah, good morning, brothers and sisters. Yeah, today it was amazing. For the first time when we are separate with my wife, I'm at work, he's home. We never meet in the breaking room, but today, the first time we met, yeah, with Janet. Yeah, we had a nice sharing. Personally, I was sharing that I'm so grateful to have any parent and a true parent for the new day. We have a life. Also grateful to all brothers and sisters gathering every morning. I always say that it's not easy to wake up every day, same time in the morning, but we are making it because we know that we are coming to receive God's love. Yeah. Also grateful to the family. All these last days of Pastor Barbara sharing the hope. We know that when we have hope, everything can be possible. That we hope and we have faith and hope in our life that God will help us to overcome all different situations. Also, that we are sharing with Janet that she was sharing for the family, and we think, the best friend in your life are the family members, because you can go over up and down, but that will never change. You can change a friend, but you cannot change your brothers and sisters. Yeah, that's the best friend you can have in your life. Yeah, that is my gratitude point this morning. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kaluba, for your sharing. I'd also like to ask Mrs. Kaluba if she can share her appreciation and gratitude.
Good morning. I thought I'd get this done with my husband. Yeah, I said I'm grateful to our community, Mid-Hudson Valley Family Church. Yeah, even we don't have where to meet because we are almost on the street. We don't have any place, but there are people who open their houses, their home to welcome us. We don't wanna let it go. We persevere. Like my husband said, the hope brings good result. We hope that God can open a door somewhere where we can really have a place where to pray, gather together. But for now, we are grateful for people who open their home to welcome us. And I'm grateful to our Women Federation chapter. We had a very nice meeting or gathering with sisters night, and we had exchange gift. That was a really wonderful moment we had as sisters to have this Christmas time together. Yeah, I'm so grateful to all sisters, Women Federation in our chapter. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kaluba, for sharing. We will now move into the reading True Mother's Memoir, and we will be welcoming up Dr. Ward for the next 8 days. So please prepare your hearts and minds while Dr. Ward reads and shares his insight for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeanette, and thank you, Pastor Takino and Pastor Naokimi, for inviting me to share. And also thank you for your wonderful sharing this past week, Pastor Barbara. It's somehow this is Mid-Hudson Valley week, so I'm also living in Mid-Hudson Valley, so it's great to have this opportunity to be with all of you today. Is it possible to show the screen for the, yeah, thank you, Koji. Okay. So I'd like to read now from Mother of Peace. It says, as my husband took the stage, we're talking still about Yankee Stadium. As my husband took the stage, the audience greeted him with loud applause. Who are the true Americans, he asked. True Americans are those who have a universal mind. True Americans are those who believe in the one family of humankind, transcendent of color and nationality, as willed by God. True Americans are those who are proud of such international families, churches, and nations consisting of all peoples. With faith and courage, the rally was a great success. It was 30 years later, in June of 2006, on our sprawling complex on Cheonpyeong Lake in the Republic of Korea, that our movement opened its global capital, the Cheonjong Palace. In its gardens, I did not plant roses or lilies. I planted daffodils. And early each spring, as I see the yellow flowers peeking out from under the melting winter snow, I'm gently reminded of the Yankee Stadium event. Daffodils, which overcome the wind and snow, are a signal for the advent of new life. Their bright little petals, the color of sunlight, are the first sign that spring has finally come. They will always be here in a special place in my heart. To me, they symbolize the beauty and peace that is blossoming worldwide in our movement. They are seemingly small, but within them is a surge of new life that leads us to forget that there ever was a winter. Adieu. You know, this passage just reminds me of so many things, and particularly it just reminds me about ways in which things are perceived from God's perspective. I'd just like to share my slide with you for a moment, and so this is the title that appeared in the New York Times on June 2nd, 1976, the day after Father's speech. And it's interesting because you have this on I think it's the first page, and then a little bit further in there, so there's some more photos, but they keep this same title. Moon Rally draws 25,000, half of the stadium capacity. And anyway, the story that's told there, it gives you a little bit the impression that somehow, you know, we had a hugely successful event at Madison Square Garden back in 1974, but now things were starting to go into decline. And that was essentially, that was the kind of spin that they tried to give to this. But it's interesting to see, you know, the things that are in that story that was written by a woman by the name of Eleanor Blau. She speaks about what was said. She says, she points out here, organizers of the rally had predicted an overflow audience similar to one at the Madison Square Garden rally in 1974, when thousands more showed up than the 20,000 who could be seated. That time, too, many in the audience started leaving soon after Mr. Moon began his speech, and more than half had left before the program was over. Wearing business suits, Mr. Moon and his interpreter stood behind the lectern on a red-covered podium on the infield. Next paragraph is historical. It's important. Before the start of the program, this is in the New York Times, before the start of the program, a downpour had interrupted efforts to decorate the podium and may have contributed to the disappointing turnout. But the rainfall seemed to rouse the spirits of the Moon adherents, who chanted, waved their flags, and sang, "You are my sunshine." So that actually appeared in the New York Times, that recognition of that event. It even struck them in an amazing way. And these are just some of the things that they share in the New York Times article from Father's speech. Why is Reverend Moon so involved in America's bicentennial? It is none of his business, he said, quoting his critics. Ladies and gentlemen, if there is illness in your home, do you not need a doctor from outside? At another point, he said, why has Reverend Moon come to America, where he has encountered such tribulations? Am I pursuing my own honor? Is money my goal or power? No, never. I came to America because this is the country which God, our Heavenly Father, has chosen. Anyway, it's an interesting article to read. You know, you can find it on if you just Google it. There's parts of the article which are critical, but there are also parts of the article, I think, which are quite sympathetic. And it's moving to see it because you can actually be able to share this history. But I guess what I want to emphasize to everyone is those headlines. I know that for me, and I don't know how many others who are watching who are part of that Yankee Stadium event, I think that for many of us, it was really almost a sense of failure. You know, that's what we went to Belvedere the next morning, and I felt so bad, you know, that somehow so few people were there. And actually, you know, I really thought there was going to be some kind of a huge miracle that was going to happen at Yankee Stadium when it rained. I was really expecting for God, literally, I was expecting for God to say something like, this is my beloved son in whom I am well pleased. I just thought something was going to happen. But none of those things happened. But the amazing thing is that when we went to Belvedere the next day, Father shared with all of us that it had been a great success. The event had been a great success, and that basically somehow this was a protection that this had happened this way, because there were people who had planned to do something very terrible at that event, and that because of the rain and the storm and everything, they gave up. But somehow the event was still able to carry out it, and God was able to bless it. And the words that Mother shares from Father's speech are such beautiful words. As my husband took the stage, the audience greeted him with loud applause. Who are the true Americans, he asked. True Americans are those who have a universal mind. True Americans are those who believe in the one family of humankind, transcendent of color and nationality as willed by God. True Americans are those who are proud of such international families, churches, and nations consisting of all peoples. With faith and courage, the rally was a great success. I really feel like these words, it really kind of shows you how much true parents are visionaries, that somehow true parents could see everything that America was supposed to be, everything that Americans are supposed to be, and that they understood why Jesus had invested so much to allow this country to come about, and they could also see what this country could be, you know, in spite of all the pessimism and the difficulties. In 1975, his mother explains in her speech, you know, the Vietnam War had just ended, spirit was so low, there was great confusion, but somehow Father could see through all those things, and he could see the true potential of America. And I believe that, you know, that the people singing there, that scene there, everybody who had a chance to gather in Yankee Stadium that day and singing, even in such a way that even the New York Times had to remark about it. You know, it moved God's heart. God could see something about that potential, what America could be. And America could be that way because somehow God had laid his hands upon this country, and laid his hands upon this country doubly by sending true parents who spent, you know, decades, you know, 30 plus years of their lives here in this country, really investing everything. And that's something that cannot go to waste. The true Americans that Father and Mother envision, that we see in the Yankee Stadium speech and in Mother's reminder of this, and Mother of Peace, is what has to come about. And I really feel that, you know, this gathering every day, really everyone who gathers here, it's really, you are the true Americans, the vision that true parents had at that time. And it's a very, very special moment, something that's really special in Mother's heart. If you consider Mother's words, it was 30 years later, in June of 2006, on our sprawling complex on Cheon Lake in the Republic of Korea, that our movement opened its global capital, the Cheonjong Palace. In its gardens, I did not plant roses or lilies, I planted daffodils. And early each spring, as I seek the yellow flowers peeking out from under the melting winter snow, I'm gently reminded of the Yankee Stadium event. This is so wonderful, if you think about it, that somehow this is that, you know, the Cheonjong is the basis for the kingdom of heaven. And that mother is saying that every spring, when she sees those daffodils that come out, she is gently reminded of Yankee Stadium. She's gently reminded that that event really inspired true parents so much because it was a taste of what the kingdom of heaven could be. That somehow in an adverse situation, people didn't give up. They kept going. They moved God's heart. And somehow the sun came up and the event could go forward and true parents could declare a great victory. So anyways, I'm very proud of these flowers because these are actually from our garden. My wife takes very good care of our garden every year, and every spring these flowers come out. And reading Mother of Peace, I took this photo last April, just reminded of that, and reminded again of today of the significance of daffodils and the significance of Yankee Stadium and the significance of America for true parents as they reflect on the realization of God's kingdom. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Ward. That was an amazing way to start off your 8 days. Every time you speak, it's always like a movie you don't want to end. You always want to keep listening and listening and listening. But yes, thank you so much. I appreciate your sharing and your insights for today. We will now be joining our breakout rooms, and I'm sure everyone has so much to share because Dr. Ward put a lot of work into his slides and his sharing. So I will be seeing you guys in a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm sure it's right here.
Welcome back, everyone. I had an amazing breakout room with Mr. Baldwin and Mr. and Mrs. Baines. So thank you so much for your sharing in our breakout. Unfortunately, due to time, we don't have time for sharing, but if you want to share any insights or keywords, please put it in the chat. I will now pass it on to Pastor Takino for any announcement and closing prayer at the Chuncheon One prayer room.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Thank you, Dr. Waz. I'm so inspired, true American. I want to become true American. So thank you very much. So I just want to share a couple of the announcements. Yesterday we had a Zoom ceremony, very small group, but we had a wonderful ceremony. I really appreciate last moment, that even we don't have a close community relationship with Talmaj family, but his last moment, he came back to church, and we had a song ceremony together. And Elisa, she was sharing when she had a matching at the New Yorker hotel. That's amazing story. Then once again I realized, so our brothers and sisters, even 50 years ago, 40 years ago, met the true parents. They're so beautiful, amazing people. People is our strength, power in our organization. So I really thanks to the Mrs. Elisa. I hope she's living alone now, so we have to more communicate with her, invite her, and we are the family. That's I hope that we can continue to communicate with Elisa and her sister. And so this is also we are working together with UPF, ACLC, WCLC, Women's Federation, and FFWPU. Together, we like to have an annual celebration of the Peace 2023 at the Hilton Hotel. And tomorrow is the last day of the early bird. So this is actually, it's not just we want to have an event. Pastor Naokimi, and I'm sure True Mother she doesn't like to just have an event. So, but something we like to connect with the substantial. So this peace festival, really we want to connect to the people, join to our members, each affiliated organization, and eventually, Pastor Naokim is thinking at least 10% of the UPF, Women's Federation, ACLC, they can connect to our unification church. So that is really our goal. So if you have a time, please join to our annual event. This is all affiliated organizations centering on New Jersey working together. So today, I like to know, so every Thursday, Reverend Higuchi couple always be here, Kodan leader. So I like to invite Reverend Higuchi. Yeah, please join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Parents, thank you, our brother and sister, and from northeast area, centered into senior pastor, no Ushiroda, no Kimi Ushiroda, together here, we receive the mother's memoir so deeply by our dear professor and then brother Dr. Ward, and they really felt this is a deep, our historical event, the Yankee Stadium, and so many our brothers and sisters came, especially all the missionary whole of the world gathered together to make that event successfully. And there was a strong storming and the tribulations was happened, but they united into one with singing songs. The You Are My Sunshine. This miracle happened. So this is really appear approaching you approaching us to your existence, your support to this second coming of Messiah speech on the Yankee Stadium. And then why not? This is a miracle. Of course, happened. This is because you are with us. Thank you. Really appreciate, grateful today's word. Dr. was give us the amazing analyze and researched by that him to much digging deeper situations, and then by that reading the New York Times that time. Thank you, really appreciate. And through mother has a big memory. Even after the 30 years later, she's mentioning about the Chung Gung when she saw this daffodil to remind the Yankee Stadium. So this is a really historical moment, impacted to mother's heart for this all brothers and sisters, the determinations and devotions. Really appreciate, grateful. And then this all the brothers and sisters effort to making so much effort to the first the American providence to making this difference. So we go forward to us to really build this movement together with our brother and sister here through the Cheon Won. Cheon Won make another miracle with us, and then you come together with us to making this world to back to true parents, every parents. Thank you. I really appreciate, grateful this Cheon Won prayer with always every day, and then the element the Kino keeping this New Jersey Choshimo here prayer with prayer. Thank you. Really appreciate, grateful this year to all the this throughout the year his effort, and then all the brothers and sisters come together for this prayer call. Thank you. I pray my name, Luke Hikuchi, present the family. Jew.
Jill, please feel free to unmute for using prayer.
For loving Heavenly Parents, parents, thank you so much for this morning. We can pray
Morning,
for
we greet you ourselves,
Heavenly Parents who work our true parents. Jesus can bear fruits. Our work every week and also bear fruits. Thank you so much for remembrance happening here in America for our true parents. Order your work that we will discuss. Pray that we can have hope. Pray that brothers and sisters can have hope. They are who are in difficult situations. Also pray for the revival of Minister
Only my life.
because there's something.
Ringo Ashwin
There is a
Kaya.
season of
Current life.
our movement.
Yes.
Let's pray, Heavenly Parents, with
Wait the
in
Lord.
body to visit their homes.
Yes, nation.
Pray that they can
Living Ringo Bata.
receive revelation
Yes.
place.
Action and
Heavenly Parents, for allowing us to really
my heart,
go in your love.
my spirit,
Pray that the
my
season
heart,
is the heart. Pray, Heavenly Parents, can represent our parents and Heavenly Parents in bring joy and happiness to our brothers and sisters.
Mata, fighting, fighting, to the ideal one, eternal peace kingdom,
Thank you so much.
and
Logical proclamation. Logical.
carrying on
Thank you very much, our Heavenly
family. God, over our brother sisters,
Thank you so much.
giving the blessing,
Giving
bless
us
the fruit
nation, giving us
of the
inspiration every
city.
day
And the wonderful
for
brother
the
sisters,
many people,
perfect,
enlighten our life,
comprehensive,
people who are light in our
our
load,
heart,
give us
our absolutely
essential love and
original heart.
pray that the children
Hey,
grow for love,
our brother and sister, join,
that our spiritual family
brother, faith,
can be
our
evolved to
negative point.
love and protection also.
So lucky. I found every day I found our brother
Thank you so much, our Heavenly
wonderful
Parents.
point. Big
Thank you so
heart
much, our Heavenly Parents.
and the
Thank you, everyone. So that concludes our Changcha One prayer vigil for today. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and hopefully I get to see you guys tomorrow as well. Have an amazing Thursday. Have a great day. Bye, guys.
thank you.
Thank you, Janet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
God
morning.
bless.
Happy
Have a wonderful
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Morning, brother Ibrahim.
Thank you,
day.
Jeanette.
You.
Thank you,
Great
Dr.
day.
Ward.
Thank you, Jeanette.
God bless.
Thank you, Dr. Ward, for sharing.
Lord. Have a
Bye.
beautiful
Morning,
day.
Sister Charlotte. Morning, Dr. Henry.
Miss Mark, how are you doing?
Good morning.
Good
Thank
morning.
you so
Good
much, Dr.
morning.
Ward.
Reverend
Have a
Bangko,
great
good
day.
morning.
Dr. Hendricks.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Jeanette.